What's up? This is your girl Nene with AccessNiniDoit. I am here with Mr. FlyGuyDC.
Yeah.
From Streetz 94.5, 6 to 10, right?
Yeah, 6 to 10.
6 to 10. Okay, so how did you get started with 94.5?
They actually reached out to me 3 years ago, commented on one of my Instagram pictures. The owner, Steve, asked me to email him. I emailed him 3.5 years ago. He didn't get back to me until maybe a year and a half ago, and brought me to the station, asked me did I want to be on air. I told him yeah. That same day he put me on air.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's kind of good to see your growth. You have been progressing a lot. You came a long way. And so tell us from the beginning, how did you even get started with the whole hosting thing?
I actually transferred. I was at a junior college playing basketball, and was supposed to be transferring to play ball at Clark Atlanta. When I transferred, the coach got fired, and my coach from my old school, it was just a bunch of mix-ups. So I basically stopped playing ball, and some friends threw a party at Scores. That was a nightclub that was on Wesley Chapel. Deuce, Jamari, Thrax, Fergie, all of them, they were throwing parties, and they asked me to talk on the mic. And I actually did it, and once I did it, maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, everybody just started booking me.
And the rest was history.
Yeah, the rest was history from there.
Okay. So, and that was about how long ago?
That was about 4.5 years ago.
Okay, and so before that, you're not originally from Atlanta?
No. I'm from Washington, D.C.
Oh.
I moved here in 2007.
Okay, D.C., makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and so FlyGuyDC, of course, everybody get it mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have to. So how did we come up with the FlyGuyDC brand?
Actually, when I first got down here, the end of my 10th grade year, in the gym of Monroe High School, the high school I went to and graduated from, they just started calling me DC, because my nickname was originally Whitey. That's what I was called in DC. So when I moved out here, the way I dressed, they just started calling me DC. So my coach, actually, Mr. Coach J, he actually gave me that name, because I was, the first day, the basketball coach was my gym coach. So my PE coach, so I'm in there playing ball and everything. Now my shoes were laced how they are now. Like how Wale laces his shoes, that's how everybody in DC laces their shoes. They don't tie them up. So I was playing ball like that, and I was actually doing a great job. So the coach put me on the team. He was like, you fly. He was like, FlyGuyDC. So that's how the name came about.
Oh, okay, good. So if anybody follows you on Instagram, they know that it's true when you say DC love the kids. So how did you get started with all of the community service work that you do with mostly for children?
That's something that I've always wanted to do and always have been doing. I just didn't have the big enough platform to do it on. But I actually started, I want to say maybe like 2.5 years ago when I did my first pep rally. And I just thought that, yeah, I can bring artists to make y'all have fun. I can turn y'all up in a club atmosphere for your pep rally. But I just felt like something more was needed, because the youth is the future, first and foremost, especially with everything that's going on in the world today, the president and everything of that nature. So I just always told myself, like, if I get a big enough platform, that I always will, like, no matter what, I'll always give back to the youth, because they matter the most.
Right, okay. And so what kind of things are you aspiring to do right now, some things that you really want to accomplish with this platform that you're building for yourself?
As far as with the youth, things that I want to accomplish, I mean, each one teach one. I plan to change one life every day. And I know I do it because of when I go to these schools, like the kids already know who I am. When I do the career days, when I read to the elementary school kids, and especially at the career days, like I do like sort of like the same routine. So I go to the school, tell them about myself, ask them everything they want to do. And after I tell them about myself, at the end, I'll be like, so what do you want to be when you grow up? And all the kids be like, I want to be like FlyGuyDC. So it's like, I know I'm changing and empowering them to do better. So that's the first thing that I want to keep doing and continue to doing. And then growth. I mean, I just can't become complacent. I have to grow every day. I have to grow almost every year. Like, I have to get better. I can't be in the same position I was last year, this year, and so forth.
Now, as far as the radio and hosting and things like that, what kind of things do you aspire to do with that? What kind of things are coming up for FlyGuyDC?
As far as radio, I recently just signed my contract which makes me the youngest radio personality in the world on a full-time primetime show in the top 10 market. So that's major. My contract is for 2 years. Now, after those 2 years, ain't no telling what I'll be doing, but TV is next. I see myself like a Terrence J type, so TV is definitely next. As far as hosting, I mean, just bigger platforms. I mean, I've done the biggest parties, I've done the biggest events, I've done the biggest concerts. I've hosted almost every club in Atlanta. Well, I have hosted every club in Atlanta. Any major marquee event that goes on in the city, 9 times out of 10, I get asked to host it first. But as far as hosting, I mean, just more of me being booked outside of the States, which I am booked a lot outside of the States, but just more of it. Because like I've conquered Atlanta. Now it's time for me to conquer everywhere else.
Okay. And do you want to continue to live in the Atlanta area? Is it something that you want to get away from?
I love Atlanta. I mean, me not being from here, Atlanta changed my life. If I was in DC, the route I'll be in would be sports. Atlanta put me in a whole different platform, and Atlanta is the new Hollywood. I would love to stay here, but I mean, there's opportunities that have already came across the table for me to go other places, such as Ohio, Florida, back to D.C., L.A. So, I mean, I'm going to just play it by ear, but I love Atlanta, and especially with everything that's going on as far as 2018, 19, and 20. You have the Super Bowl here. You have March Madness here. You have the NCAA tournament here. So, I mean, that in particular makes me want to stay even more because I'm a marquee person of this city. Like, I'm a mogul of this city now at such a young age. So, like, me being here at those times is just major for me and my brand at any given time.
Right. Okay, so I spoke about, people following you on social media. Then they know that you're looking to settle down, correct?
Yes, I am looking to settle down. I'm glad you actually asked that because everybody thinks just because I'm in the club 24/7, around all these females, I do this and I do that, and everybody thinks just because I'm a radio personality and a host that I just have all the females. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, a lot of females want me. A lot of females chase me, but that don't mean they getting entertained. Like, I don't have the time of the day to be entertaining any and every female. And, I mean, yes, I really am ready to settle down. I mean, I know I'm young. I'm 25 years old, but I've done everything you can imagine, like, by being in this lifestyle. Like, I've seen it all, so it's nothing that I won't see or that I haven't seen. So it's like, I mean, the society just in general is so misconstrued about you have to have more than one female, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I mean, I feel like I have a platform to where I can help change that. Now, it might not be a worldwide change, but in Atlanta, I can definitely help change that because I know a lot of people look up to me, and then a lot of people try to compete with me. So, like, meaning, like, other guys brag about what they do, who they having sex with, and etc. Like, it doesn't matter to me. So I feel like if I settle down, it'll help a lot of other females out here with guys who really want to settle down but are just in the myth of competing with everybody else who's popping at the moment.
That's good. Okay, so just so they'll know, what is an ideal girlfriend, an ideal relationship for DC? So let's start off with the girlfriend. What is an ideal girl for you?
An ideal girl, first and foremost, I hate fake. So no fake butt, no fake titties. I hate that. Like, I'm an all-natural type of guy. I love natural hair. I love natural face. I hate drawn-on eyebrows. I hate fake lashes. Like, I'm just all about all natural. Like, once again, society is so misconstrued about how females should look and carry themselves. Hypothetically, well, not hypothetically speaking, Migos, Bad and Bougie song, and Kendrick Lamar just released a song called Humble, and the girls praised the Bad and Bougie song, but Kendrick Lamar is getting a bad vibe and a bad, what's the word I'm looking for? He's getting bad remarks from the female world because he's telling females to be yourself. So, I mean, I just feel like I side with Kendrick Lamar. Now, don't get me wrong. You could be bad and bougie and still be all natural. But I just feel like for me and what I like and what I know I need in my life is something just particularly all natural now.
And the booty with the stretch marks.
Yeah, I love the stretch. tiger marks, tiger scratches. That's what I call them, tiger scratches. So yeah, like, I mean, I just love all natural beauty. I mean, it doesn't get no better than that. Like, I don't want to wake up one day and I see a whole different, completely face next to me. Like, every day I want to get the same exact thing. So, I mean, that's first, natural beauty. Like I love none of that. Second, I mean, of course, you have to have your head on your shoulders. I mean, you can't be, I hate a club female. Like, a female who's always in the club, I can't do it. I mean, there's reasons why I can't do it. First and foremost, I'm always in the club, but I just can't deal with a girl who's always in the club because insecurities that come about with the female. Because if one see her in the club on a Monday, then see her in the club on a Wednesday, and then I bring her with me on a Friday, people are going to think she's a club girl. So people are going to just think I'm having sex with her rather than taking her serious, and that's where rumors and everything start. So, I mean, I prefer a girl that's not in the club. Now, if you work in a club, cool, you getting a check to be in the club, that's a different story. But, I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you're getting a check to be in the club, meaning you're a model or you're a bartender, I won't even take you serious. I mean, you just have to have your stuff in order. I mean, I prefer a female with no kids because I have no kids right now, and I don't want to have any anytime soon. But you can't fault anybody for their past. Nobody past is a regret. So if someone has a kid, that's something I can compromise on. That's not a major deal. But I mean, it's so much. Like, it's not just one category. Like, I know what I want, I know what I need, and I don't settle. That's why I'm single now.
It makes sense. Okay, so an ideal relationship. What's an ideal relationship? The kind of dates that you like, the kind of things you like to do, and what's your favorite thing to do that'll be compatible with somebody else's favorite things?
My favorite thing to do, I like to travel. I'm very spontaneous and adventurous. So zip lining, skydiving, stuff of that nature. Like, I don't do the average dates like movies, no. Bowling, no. Everybody does it. You do it, you're going to see 100 other females and guys that you know. Like, nah. I like to do things people don't averagely do or the average couple don't do, like botanical gardens. Stuff like that. Like, I love stuff like that. Just something outside of the ordinary, because if I'm going to deal with somebody, I don't want you to feel like it's like any other relationship you've been in. Like, you have to feel different with me, and I know I'm going to make you feel different. So, I mean, just me being adventurous. And when I mean trips, I don't mean the average trips that everybody really, really want to take or try to make themselves take. I mean, it's good to go out of the country, but I'm talking simple stuff. Go to a state where I don't know nobody yet, and let's just go do things in that state. Right. Let's go relax. Like, yeah, like, let's go somewhere where nobody really is. It's not a real popular town where we can really get some me and you time and relax and really, like, just kick it.
Right. Okay, well, y'all heard it here first. So if you think that you're the perfect woman for him, his DMs are always open.
No, my DMs are not open. I mean, I don't even take you serious if you DM me, and it's very rare that I DM somebody. So if I DM somebody, my intentions are highly solid. But I don't believe in the Instagram DM in love type thing anymore. Like, so
it's possible.
It's possible, but it's just not possible for me. Right. Like, I'd rather you meet me and then you catch a vibe from me, and then you find out everything that I have going on. Just because I don't want somebody who wants me for who I am, as far as like my lifestyle, as far as me hosting radio and everything of that nature. And don't get me wrong, I can tell the difference between who's here for me and who's here for the lifestyle, so I don't ever get caught up in that.
Lucky for you, that's what I like.